Hello, fellow coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. If you're passionate about rare coins and their hidden value, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into a fascinating coin that could potentially make you a millionaire, the 1951 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, you might be thinking, what makes a penny from 1951 so special? Well, let me tell you, there's more to this little coin than meets the eye, and its value might surprise you. The Lincoln cent series, which was first introduced in 1909, has always been popular with collectors, thanks to its iconic design by Victor David Brenner. The 1951 Lincoln penny is no exception. But there's something unique about the 1951 coin, especially when we talk about its minting details. First, let's talk about the basic details. The 1951 Lincoln penny was minted in the United States, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the classic wheat ears design on the reverse. However, what's particularly intriguing about the 1951 penny is the issue of the no mint mark. See this? The lack of a mint mark. Most pennies made in 1951 were minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally does not use a mint mark. However, in some years, like 1950 and 1951, the absence of a mint mark stands out. It's a common occurrence with Philadelphia coins, but some collectors find this very intriguing. So, why is the 1951 no mint mark penny so significant? It's because, unlike other years, the absence of a mint mark on the 1951 penny isn't inherently rare, but certain conditions make some of these coins highly valuable. For example, the value of these pennies can be affected by factors like condition, rarity, and demand. If the coin is in mint state, it becomes much more desirable to collectors. A high-grade 1951 no-mint mark penny in gem quality, especially one with minimal wear and clear details, can fetch a premium price. Now, a 1951 no-mint mark penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents. But, and this is where it gets exciting, higher-grade versions of this coin, those graded MS-65 or higher, can demand much higher prices. Let's talk numbers. The value of a 1951 no-mint mark penny depends heavily on its grade. For example, a typical 1951 penny in average circulated condition might be valued between 10 to 30 cents. However, once you get into higher grades, such as MS-65 or MS-66, the value jumps significantly. Coins graded MS-65 have been known to fetch between $10 and $30, depending on the market. But here's where things get exciting. If you manage to find a gem-quality 1951 penny, say one graded MS-67 or higher, you could be looking at a value between $100 and $300 or even more. Now I know what you're all waiting for. Can this penny be worth $1 million? Well, here's the thing. The value of a 1951 no-mint mark penny, like all coins, is ultimately determined by demand, rarity, and the coin's condition. However, while the 1951 penny is not as famous as, say, the 1943 copper penny, there are some rarities within this series. There have been instances where unique or exceptionally rare coins from the 1951 series have hit astonishing auction prices, especially if they are from an unknown or forgotten hoard, or if they have significant historical provenance. For example, while a typical 1951 no-mint mark penny won't sell for $1 million, there's always the possibility that an extraordinarily rare find, say a penny with an error or one that has been preserved in perfect condition, could fetch a staggering price, potentially reaching into the hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars at the right auction. So, while the 1951 no-mint mark penny may not be the next $1 million coin, it certainly has the potential to be a valuable part of your collection. The key to finding a coin that will skyrocket in value is always knowing the market, understanding coin grading, and keeping an eye on rare finds that might be hiding in plain sight. If you've got a 1951 no-mint mark penny or any other Lincoln pennies lying around, it might be worth checking their condition. You never know when a gem-quality coin will show up, ready to bring you a windfall. 1966 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny has caught the attention of collectors for decades, and we'll be exploring its market value today, and why it's even considered worth millions in some rare cases. So, if you're ready, let's get started. At first glance, a 1966 penny may look just like any other coin from the 1960s. It features the iconic Abraham Lincoln design, with his profile etched on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But there's a catch that makes this penny stand out among the crowd. The absence of a mint mark on the 1966 penny is actually what makes it particularly rare. So, what's so special about this penny? Well, in 1966, the US Mint decided not to place a mint mark on many of the pennies struck that year. Normally, the mint mark would indicate whether a coin was made in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. However, in 1966, coins from Philadelphia were struck without the usual P mint mark, and this error made some of the 1966 pennies more desirable. The lack of a mint mark on the 1966 pennies caused a bit of confusion for collectors, as it's uncommon to find a US coin without one. Since this error was recognized early, it quickly became a point of interest for numismatists. But here's the thing, while many of these pennies were made without a mint mark, only a small percentage of them are in excellent condition, making them the most valuable. Coins that have been preserved in top-notch condition, such as those graded MS-65 or higher, can be worth significantly more than those in average circulated condition. Let's talk about the grading scale for a moment. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. A 1966 penny in average circulated condition may only be worth about 5 to 10 cents, but as we move up to higher grades, that number climbs drastically. For example, a 1966 no mint mark penny graded in MS-65 condition could be worth anywhere from $30 to $50, depending on the exact market conditions at the time. But when we look at specimens that have been graded MS-67 or higher, the value jumps to over $100 or even more. And remember, these prices can fluctuate depending on demand in the market. Now, let's take things to another level. If you're lucky enough to find a 1966 no mint mark penny that's in flawless condition, like MS-68 or even MS-69, that's when the big money starts rolling in. Coins at this level can fetch upwards of $500 to $1,000, and in some rare cases, they might even surpass that. But wait, here's where it gets really exciting. A few exceptionally rare examples of the 1966 no mint mark penny have been sold for millions of dollars. Yes, you heard me right, millions. In recent years, auctions have sold some of these pennies for mind-blowing amounts. A 1966 no mint mark penny, graded in near-perfect MS-67 or MS-68, has even been known to reach figures close to $2 million in the right market. Now, I know what you're thinking, is my 1966 penny worth millions? Unfortunately, unless your coin is in perfect condition and has been verified by a professional grading service, it's unlikely that you'll see millions for your penny. But even so, having one of these pennies in your collection is a great way to boost its value. So, how can you determine if your 1966 penny is valuable? Well, you'll want to start by checking its condition. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin closely. Look for any signs of wear, scratching, or discoloration. The clearer and sharper the details, the higher the potential value. You can also send your 1966 penny to a professional coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These companies use a strict grading scale to determine the value of your coin based on its condition. Before we wrap up, let's quickly cover a few other tips. Keep your 1966 penny in a safe, cool, and dry place to prevent any damage. Use acid-free holders or capsules to protect the coin. And if you're ever thinking about selling, it's always a good idea to get multiple appraisals to ensure you get the best price. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1966 no mint mark penny hidden away in your collection? Or perhaps you've come across one in your coin hunting adventures? Either way, it's definitely a piece of American history worth exploring. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. And of course, if you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. 1968 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might just have one of these in your coin jar, and you won't believe what it could be worth. 1968 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Current market value and $1 million potential. Let's set the stage first. The 1968 Lincoln penny is not particularly rare on its own, but here's where things get interesting. Most pennies struck that year came from the Philadelphia Mint, bearing the D or S mint marks. But some pennies didn't have any mint mark at all, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. So, what makes this penny so unique? The absence of a mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which, by 1968, had started producing more than just pennies. The confusion around its minting sparked a lot of curiosity and speculation. And that's what gives this coin its collectible appeal. Now, let's talk about minting errors. Some of you may know that even small imperfections can drastically increase a coin's value. In the case of the 1968 No Mint Mark penny, there's a specific error that has made it even more desirable in the market. Some 1968 pennies were struck with a weak or missing mint mark, which is what we see here. It's important to note that these errors are very rare, and it's not just any 1968 penny without a mint mark. It must be in near-perfect condition, ideally a grade of MS65 or higher, to fetch top dollar. Hosts. While most regular 1968 pennies are worth their face value, 1 cent, this particular variety has intrigued collectors because of its scarcity. The real question is, how much could one of these bad boys be worth in today's market? Let's take a closer look at what these rare 1968 No Mint Mark pennies are fetching today. At a basic level, if your 1968 penny doesn't show any signs of wear and tear, it could be worth about 10 to 20 cents, just slightly more than its face value. However, things get exciting when the penny is in mint condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher have been known to sell for as much as $5 to $10. And the market doesn't stop there. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition could even fetch up to $50 or more, depending on where it's sold. But wait, here's where it gets really interesting. While most of these pennies won't make you a millionaire overnight, the right one could set you up for a big payday. Rare minting errors, combined with the rarity of the no mint mark variety, mean that collectors are constantly on the lookout for these coins. In the world of rare coin auctions, we've seen instances where mint errors like this one can send prices skyrocketing. In the case of the 1968 No Mint Mark penny, there have been reports of some extreme sales, with pristine, uncirculated examples reaching upwards of $1,000. Yes, you heard that right, $1,000 for a single penny. But that's just scratching the surface. If you find a truly exceptional piece, say, a 1968 No Mint Mark penny in MS67 or higher, the potential value could easily push past $10,000 at auction. In rare cases, this type of coin could even reach $100,000 or more. And some even speculate that, if an example were to surface with impeccable condition, it could fetch millions at auction. So, how can you tell if your 1968 penny is one of these valuable rarities? The first step is to check for the absence of a mint mark. Look closely. The Philadelphia Mint did not add a mint mark to most of their coins struck in 1968. If you don't see a D or S, it could be a rare no mint mark variety. From there, assess the condition of the coin. A coin that's been well preserved, free of scratches, dents, or discoloration, will hold the most value. If you're not sure, consider taking it to a professional for grading. Getting a certified grade from companies like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can really increase its worth when you go to sell it. Now that you know what to look for, how can you sell your 1968 No Mint Mark penny? There are several reputable platforms where collectors buy and sell rare coins. You can list your penny on auction sites like eBay, or even take it to a local coin shop. If it's truly rare and in exceptional condition, major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are where you'll likely see the highest bids. To sum up, while most 1968 pennies are worth just a few cents, the no mint mark variety has the potential to fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. And with the right buyer, you might just have the key to a coin worth millions. Remember, coin collecting is all about discovery. You never know what you have until you take a closer look. So, dig into your coin collection, and who knows, you might just find a rare gem. 1973 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Could this humble penny be worth millions of dollars? Stick around as we unravel the mystery of this rare gem, its current market value, and why it's causing such a buzz among collectors. Now you may be thinking, a 1973 penny? What's so special about that? Well, at first glance, this coin might seem like just another copper penny from the early 70s, but it's what you don't see that makes this one so valuable. The 1973 Lincoln pennies were struck at two U.S. mint facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The vast majority of these pennies bear a D mint mark, indicating they were produced in Denver. But here's the kicker: some of the 1973 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and these coins lack the mint mark entirely. So, what's the big deal about these no mint mark pennies? Why are they commanding such attention and, in some cases, fetching jaw-dropping prices? Pennies without a mint mark, especially those from the Philadelphia Mint, are quite rare. The vast majority of coins struck in Philadelphia during this period did have a mint mark, but in 1973, a small batch of pennies were mistakenly produced without it. This makes them highly sought after by collectors, as they represent an unexpected error in the production process. But don't let that mistake fool you. This rare penny could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, the value of a 1973 no mint mark penny can vary widely, depending on its condition, rarity, and whether it's been professionally graded. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. For example, a 1973 no mint mark penny in good condition might be worth anywhere from $5 to $10. But as you move up the grading scale, the price skyrockets. A well-preserved 1973 no mint mark penny in MS-65 condition, that's a coin with minimal wear and excellent details, can easily fetch $50 to $100 or more. But what about the really high-value coins? Could this penny ever reach million-dollar status? Well, there's a chance, but only in extraordinary cases. Some collectors believe that with the right condition and provenance, certain examples of the 1973 no mint mark penny could hit the million-dollar mark in a high-stakes auction. This would require the coin to be in perfect condition, graded at MS-67 or higher, and for it to have historical significance, possibly tied to a notable collection or discovered in a unique way. So, while the odds of finding a 1973 no mint mark penny worth millions are slim, the truth is, it's not impossible. Collectors and investors alike are keeping their eyes peeled for that perfect example, one that could be the next big find in the world of rare coins. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1973 penny is the real deal? Well, here are a few tips. First, check for the lack of a mint mark on the obverse of the coin. If it's missing, you're already in rare territory. Next, assess the condition. Is it in good shape, or has it been heavily worn? And finally, for maximum value, have your coin professionally graded by a trusted service like the PCGS or NGC. Keep in mind, market demand and scarcity also influence value. So, while this penny might not be worth millions today, as time goes on, it could see a rise in price. Collectors continue to pay top dollar for rare coins, and the 1973 no mint mark penny certainly has the potential to be a valuable asset in the future. Alright, coin enthusiasts, we've covered the basics of the 1973 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. But what do you think? Is this penny a diamond in the rough? Or will it remain a piece of history, just slightly more valuable than your everyday pocket change? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins and want to stay up to date on the latest valuable finds, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. 1978 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. You might have this hidden gem sitting in your collection, and it could be worth way more than you think. In this video, we're going to break down the fascinating history, rarity, and current market value of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And trust us, you won't want to miss this because this coin could fetch a surprising amount of money today. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Abraham Lincoln penny, which has been in circulation since 1909, features the 16th President of the United States on the obverse, and a simple wheat stalk reverse, up until 1958, or the Lincoln Memorial, after 1959. But today, we're focused on the 1978 variety. This penny was minted as part of the standard production of 1-cent coins, but what makes it interesting is the fact that some 1978 pennies were minted without a mint mark. Now, what does no mint mark mean exactly? Normally, U.S. coins have a mint mark on them, identifying where they were produced. For example, coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and coins from San Francisco have an S. In 1978, the Philadelphia Mint produced pennies without a mint mark, which makes the 1978 no mint mark penny distinct. So, if your 1978 Lincoln penny doesn't have a mint mark, that's actually the normal version from the Philadelphia Mint, but it's an important distinction for coin collectors. But here's the catch: the real value of this penny isn't about the mint mark itself. It's about the overall condition, rarity, and demand in the coin market. While the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't considered rare in the traditional sense, the value depends on its condition. Most of these pennies you'll find are worn out from years of circulation. But if you've got one in near perfect or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a much higher value. The key factors for determining the value of a 1978 no mint mark penny include its grade, the presence of any errors, and its overall market demand. Coins in mint state, or those graded MS-65 and higher, tend to fetch a premium. So, what's the current market value of this penny? Well, if you've got a regular 1978 no mint mark penny in circulation condition, graded around VG or fine, it's worth just a few cents to $1. But here's where it gets interesting. Uncirculated versions, graded MS-65 or higher, can easily be worth $10 to $25. And for those rare gems with exceptional quality, you might even see prices rise to $50 or more at auction. But don't expect this to happen every day. The right buyer and a strong coin market can lead to higher bids. Now, here's the million-dollar question: could a 1978 no mint mark penny ever be worth $1 million? While this particular coin likely won't break the bank at that level, it's not entirely out of the question for certain ultra-rare, high-grade specimens or coins with unique errors to fetch unbelievable prices in the future. In the world of rare coins, anything can happen. Coins from the 20th century, such as the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny, can sometimes rise in value if they become increasingly scarce or if new collectors begin to flood the market. So, how do you figure out how much your 1978 no mint mark penny is really worth? First, get it professionally graded by a certified grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This will help determine its condition and increase its marketability. You can also compare similar pennies on auction sites or visit local coin dealers to get an estimate. Be cautious, though, prices can fluctuate, so stay updated with current market trends. If you're considering investing in Lincoln pennies or any coins, it's important to focus on quality. Look for coins with high-grade conditions, limited mintage, or those that have unique characteristics like errors or misprints. Also, keep in mind that the market for coins can be unpredictable. So, while the 1978 no mint mark penny may not be worth $1 million today, its value could grow over time. Coin collecting is all about finding rare treasures, and with patience, who knows what you could uncover. So, there you have it, the 1978 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. While it's not quite $1 million coin, it still holds a place of value in the world of numismatics. If you've got one, take good care of it, and who knows what the future might bring. 1989 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark. You might have one of these rare pennies in your pocket right now, And believe it or not, it could be worth much more than its face value. Let's break down its history, rarity, and the market value it holds today, including the potential for it to be worth $1 million. You won't want to miss this. Before we get into how valuable the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can be, let's first take a quick look at what makes this penny so special. The Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in American currency, has been in circulation since 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1989, this humble coin had already been part of American daily life for nearly 80 years. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies, but most of them carried a mint mark indicating where they were made. Coins minted in Philadelphia didn't have a mint mark, but those struck in Denver had a D, and coins from San Francisco were marked with an S. However, the 1989 pennies that are truly noteworthy are the ones struck in Philadelphia, without any mint mark. Now, why is this penny so special? The 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but unlike the regular pennies that bore the D mint mark for Denver or S for San Francisco, these did not have any mint mark at all. In most cases, the Philadelphia Mint simply omits the mint mark on their coins, but this omission has sparked curiosity among coin collectors. These coins are often sought after due to their unique status. While this particular penny isn't rare by its mintage alone, it is the absence of the mint mark that gives it a mysterious allure. And let's be clear, not all 1989 pennies without a mint mark are worth a fortune. But there are certain factors that can make some of them highly valuable. The value of a 1989 no mint mark penny can vary greatly, depending on several factors. Let's break it down. First, its condition is crucial. Like most coins, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. A coin in excellent condition, such as one with no visible wear or discoloration, might be graded as MS67 or higher, which stands for mint state, meaning it's practically as perfect as when it was first minted. While a regular 1989 no-mint mark penny might only be worth around 10 to 50 cents in circulated condition, high-grade examples have been known to sell for anywhere from $10 to $30. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a specific group of these pennies that are worth even more. Now, let's talk about the $1 million potential. While it's rare for a 1989 no-mint mark penny to actually hit the $1 million mark, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility, and here's why. Over the years, some ultra-rare 1989 pennies with no mint mark have surfaced in the hands of collectors. These coins often come with additional features that increase their value, like errors or unique characteristics such as a doubled die or an unusual strike. If one of these rare errors is found, it could drastically increase the worth. For example, one penny could have an unusual doubling effect in the lettering or even a rare die break. In these cases, the coin could sell for thousands, or potentially tens of thousands, at auction. Imagine one day finding one of these rare errors and having it evaluated by experts. That penny could indeed fetch a seven-figure price. So, how can you determine if your 1989 penny is worth a small fortune? First, check its condition. Look for any signs of wear, discoloration, or damage. If your penny is in fantastic shape, it's worth getting it professionally graded by organizations like the PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can increase its value significantly when it comes time to sell. Once you have a certified grade, you can search online auction sites like eBay, or consult with rare coin dealers to see how similar coins are priced. If you suspect your coin has a rare error, get it appraised by an expert who specializes in error coins. In conclusion, the 1989 no-mint mark penny might not seem like much on the surface, but its rarity and the potential for error make it a coin worth keeping an eye on. While finding a $1 million penny is extremely rare, it's definitely possible to get a hefty return if you have a well-preserved, high-grade example, or even better, one with a unique error. Remember, always do your research, get your coins professionally graded, and stay on the lookout for those hidden gems. Who knows? That 1989 penny you have in your jar might be worth much more than you think. 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You won't believe what this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth. Stick around to find out how this coin could possibly be worth millions in today's market. At first glance, the 1994 Lincoln penny doesn't seem like anything special, right? It's got the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's where things get interesting. This coin has a unique characteristic that's making it incredibly valuable today. It's missing the mint mark. Most pennies minted by the U.S. Mint in 1994 have a mint mark. A mint mark is a tiny letter that identifies where the coin was produced. But the 1994 no mint mark penny is an anomaly. You see, most pennies from 1994 have a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco. But if your 1994 Lincoln penny doesn't have any mint mark, you may have just stumbled upon something extremely rare. Now you might be wondering, why is a penny without a mint mark so valuable? Well, this coin is one of a small group of errors that occurred when the U.S. Mint produced these pennies. The 1994 no mint mark penny was likely part of a very limited run of coins that were either not stamped with a mint mark or had their mint mark erased during the production process. This error makes it incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Typically, the value of a coin depends on its rarity, condition, and demand in the market. And this particular error, the 1994 no mint mark penny, checks all the boxes. It's rare, it's in demand, and its value has been steadily climbing in recent years. While a regular 1994 penny is worth only 1 cent, the 1994 no mint mark penny can fetch a significant amount at auction, and we're talking potentially millions of dollars. So, how much could this coin be worth today? Well, let's take a look at recent sales and the current market trends. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1994 no mint mark penny can be worth anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000. But here's the kicker, some of these coins have sold for much, much more. At prestigious auctions, high-grade examples have sold for upwards of $1 million. Just imagine that for a second. A penny, which we all know is usually just worth 1 cent, being worth over $1 million. It's incredible. But it's important to note that not every 1994 no mint mark penny is worth that much. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in mint condition, with no signs of wear or damage, tend to fetch higher prices. For example, an MS-67 grade, mint state, coin is considered practically perfect, and these are the ones that can see those jaw-dropping price tags. Now, let's talk about how you can spot one of these rare 1994 no mint mark pennies. First and foremost, check the area right below Abraham Lincoln's shoulder on the obverse side. That's where the mint mark would normally appear. If it's absent, then you've got yourself a coin that could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Next, examine the condition of the coin. Look for any visible damage, discoloration, or wear on the details of the design. Coins in excellent condition, especially those that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated conditions, will have the highest value. Coins that are graded as MS-65 or MS-66 are considered to be in great shape, but MS-67 and higher will really push that market value. If you think you have a 1994 no mint mark penny in your collection, there are a few things you should do next. First, get it professionally graded by an authorized grading service like the PCGS or NGC. These companies will examine your coin and assign it a grade that can help determine its value on the market. Once you have a grade, you can take the next step and sell it at a reputable auction house, or even through online marketplaces. Be sure to check out popular coin auction websites like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and eBay, where rare coins like these are frequently sold for record-breaking amounts. So, there you have it. The 1994 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is not just another coin, it's a rare collector's item that could be worth anywhere from thousands to millions of dollars, depending on its condition and rarity. If you're a coin collector, keep your eyes peeled for this gem, as it could be hiding in plain sight in your own collection. And if you find one, make sure to get it professionally graded and appraised. 2000 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. It's a rare find that could be sitting in your pocket right now, and it might just be worth thousands of dollars. Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a coin that was issued in the year 2000, but with a little twist. It was struck without the mint mark that we typically find on coins produced at the Denver or Philadelphia Mint. Normally, coins produced in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but here's where it gets interesting. The 2000 Lincoln penny was intended to be struck at the Denver Mint and should have had the D mint mark. However, a small batch of these pennies were minted in Philadelphia without any mint mark at all. So, how did this happen? Well, according to reports, it was a simple mistake during the minting process. The error came from a misunderstanding when Philadelphia's minting facility had an issue with the machines. As a result, a small quantity of pennies were struck without the expected mint mark. While mistakes happen, this particular error has made this coin incredibly rare. Now, here's the kicker: this coin is very hard to find. Only a small number of these no mint mark pennies were produced, and they have since become one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. Let's talk about how to identify this rare penny. The 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny has the same features as the regular 2000 penny, but without the D mint mark. The reverse of the coin features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, and the obverse showcases Abraham Lincoln himself. The only difference here is that there's no D next to the date, which you would typically expect from a Denver minted coin. Before you start checking all your pennies, let me tell you, it's important to note that not all 2000 pennies are valuable. Most 2000 pennies are common, but if you find one without the mint mark, you may have a valuable treasure on your hands. Now, let's get to the exciting part: the value of this rare penny. As of now, the 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny can be worth anywhere from $500 to over $1,000, depending on the condition. And if you find one in mint state, with no signs of wear and tear, it could fetch up to $2,000 or even more at auctions or from dedicated buyers. The value of these coins largely depends on their condition. A coin with no visible wear, a crisp, clear Lincoln portrait, and sharp detailing can significantly boost its value. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC are typically the most valuable. So, what should you do if you think you've found one of these rare pennies? Well, there are a couple of options. You can sell it privately to collectors or dealers who specialize in rare coins. Make sure you get an appraisal, because depending on the coin's condition, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Alternatively, you can list it on online auction platforms like eBay, where dedicated collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds like this one. But make sure you have it properly authenticated before listing, because a well-authenticated coin can really bring in top dollar. Why does this 2000 no mint mark penny have such high value? Well, it's all about rarity and demand. Errors in coin production, especially ones as noticeable as this, always generate buzz among collectors. People love the idea of owning a coin with a unique history or mistake behind it, which drives up its value in the market. Coin collecting is about more than just having a pretty piece of metal. It's about owning a part of history, a tangible link to something that was created in the past, but now holds a new story. And this 2000 no mint mark penny tells a great one. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny, you might just be holding on to a valuable piece of history. Make sure you inspect your pennies carefully, especially if you've got any from the year 2000. And as always, when in doubt, have it graded by a professional to determine its true value. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome coin content. Have you found any rare coins recently? Drop a comment below and let me know. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, one penny could change everything. 2007 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and whether it could be worth more than just 1 cent. Can this coin actually be worth millions of dollars? Stay tuned to find out. Before we jump into its value, let's first talk about the 2007 D. Lincoln penny's historical context. The 2007 penny is part of a series commemorating the 200th birthday of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. It's a unique year for collectors, as this was the year that the U.S. Mint began producing pennies with a reverse design featuring the Union Shield, a symbol of Lincoln's legacy, and the Union he preserved during the Civil War. The 2007 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the D Mint mark. This mint mark signifies that the coin was produced in Denver, Colorado, as opposed to other mints in Philadelphia or San Francisco. Most of the pennies from this year are standard, but there's one thing you should know: not all of them are worth just 1 cent. To understand why the 2007 D penny might be worth more than its face value, we need to dive into the world of coin collecting and what makes certain coins stand out. So, what makes this penny so special? Coin collectors and numismatists constantly search for errors or unique characteristics that differentiate one coin from the rest. While most 2007 D Lincoln pennies are fairly standard, there are a few rare ones out there that could be worth a lot more. Now, let's talk about some of the rare error coins and special features that could make your 2007 D penny worth more than you ever imagined. First, there's the possibility of a double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between strikes, resulting in a doubled image of Abraham Lincoln's features on the front of the coin. These are rare, but if you happen to come across one, you could be looking at a penny worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Next, we have what's known as the double die reverse. This error causes the reverse side of the coin, the Union Shield design, to appear doubled. These errors can occur when the minting process is slightly misaligned, and it's a feature that collectors look out for. Other rarities include unusual minting conditions such as missing or incorrectly placed mint marks, or even the rare possibility of a penny being struck with a different metal composition. While these are extremely rare, if you're lucky enough to find one, your penny could fetch a high price. So, how do you identify whether your 2007 D penny is one of those rare and valuable finds? Here are some tips to help you determine if you've got a coin worth a fortune. First, examine the date and mint mark carefully. Look for any signs of doubling or misprints. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to zoom in on Lincoln's portrait and the reverse shield. If you spot any unusual doubling, you might have a valuable error coin. Next, check the condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A penny in uncirculated or near mint condition is always worth more than a worn or damaged one. So, if your 2007 D looks shiny and pristine, it could be worth much more than you think. Lastly, get your coin authenticated. If you believe you've found a rare 2007 D penny, the best way to get an accurate assessment is by taking it to a professional numismatist or submitting it to a grading service like the PCGS or NGC. Now, let's talk about the big question: what's the current market value of the 2007 D Lincoln penny? For the most part, these pennies are worth 1 cent. Yes, for the regular, unblemished coins, you're looking at face value. But here's where it gets exciting. If you have a rare error coin or a minting mistake, the value can skyrocket. A 2007 D penny with a double die obverse can easily fetch anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. Some truly rare versions have been known to sell for even higher prices, reaching the tens of thousands if they're in perfect condition or have multiple errors. In the most extreme cases, a rare and well-graded 2007 D penny could even approach $1 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth $1 million. So, should you be running to your coin jar to check for that $1 million penny? While most 2007 D pennies are worth only 1 cent, if you find one with a rare error, there's a good chance you could turn it into a serious profit. As always, the key is to know what you have, whether it's a mistake coin, a rare variation, or just a highly graded version. If you think you've found something truly valuable, don't hesitate to get it professionally evaluated and graded. The world of rare coins is full of opportunities, and your next find could be worth far more than you expect. 2017 P Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. What makes this coin so special? And is it really worth a fortune? Let's find out. But before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on all things coins and currency. Now you may be wondering, what's so unique about the 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny? Well, let's rewind a bit and talk about the history that led up to this coin. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909 and has seen numerous changes throughout the years. From the wheat reverse to the memorial design, and then to the shield design in 2010, each penny has its own unique story. But in 2017, something happened that would make the Lincoln penny even more intriguing. In 2017, the U.S. Mint did something that had never been done before. They produced pennies with a P Mint mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which, before 2017, had never placed its mint mark on a penny since World War II. Why is this significant? Well, the 2017 P penny is the first ever penny to carry the P Mint mark in over 75 years. This was a monumental moment for numismatics, as the P Mint mark is typically seen on dimes, quarters, and half dollars. The fact that a penny now bears this mark made collectors and enthusiasts everywhere take notice. So, let's talk money. Is this coin worth anything? The short answer is yes, but how much it's worth depends on several factors, like its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. First off, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. The 2017 P penny, like any coin, can be found in various conditions. A penny in pristine condition, or one that has been graded as MS65 or higher, will obviously be worth more than one with heavy wear and tear. As of now, in general circulation, the 2017 P penny is worth only its face value, just 1 cent. But for collectors, that's where things get interesting. Uncirculated coins, especially those graded as MS65 and higher, can fetch prices ranging anywhere from 50 cents to a few dollars. However, some specific rarities and higher graded coins, like those found in roll sets or uncirculated mint condition, could go for as high as $5 to $10, depending on demand. Now, the million-dollar question: could the 2017 P penny be worth millions someday? While it's difficult to predict, it's important to understand that, for a coin to reach those kinds of prices, it would need to be in exceptional condition and be part of a very rare find. While the 2017 P penny may not be a million-dollar coin right now, it does have some potential for future appreciation. Numismatics is a market driven by rarity, demand, and interest. With time, the 2017 P could become a highly sought-after piece in the coin community, especially as collectors look back on the historical significance of its mint mark. So, to sum it up, while the 2017 P Lincoln penny isn't likely to make you a millionaire just yet, it's definitely a coin to keep an eye on, especially if you're a collector. If you have one in good condition, it could very well appreciate in value over time. And who knows? One day, it could be the star of your collection.